Hey y'all, how y'all doing today? All right, we are out here in the garage again. Today I'm working on the 8 3/4. However, this time I'm working on the housing itself. I'm just going to do some minor stuff. I'm going to knock the seals out and um, do a little cleaning on the inside of the housing. So I'll show you that. But first, I want to say thank you. Huge, big thank you to everybody who subscribed to the channel. And also to everybody who's watched the videos and shared and liked and all of that. Um, really do appreciate that. Uh, there's been a lot going on in the channel. It's now over 500 subscribers. It's really big. Okay, it's really big, and it's a big thing for me. So I never would have thought it would have gotten to this level, but it has, and I want to thank you all, especially for it, because you all are the ones who made it happen. Okay? Yes, I know. I made the videos, I put them out, yada yada yada, and I did the work. But you all watched them, and you all shared them and liked them, and gave them the thumbs up and told everybody else, hey, watch his videos. Hey, they're pretty good. Blah 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 blah. That kind of thing. But, and I really seriously do appreciate that, and I will continue to remember that and appreciate that. So, but I also want to say Happy New Year. I'm filming this on the 30th of December, so by the time it goes out, which will probably be the day after, it will be, of course, the 31st. That's how I usually do it. I usually drop the videos like the day after I film them or record them. Whatever phrase you like there, okay? All right. What I'm doing today is knocking the old seals out of the housing. So let me show you what I'm doing. I've already got one side done. Yes, here we go. Got the seal out. The old seal. And I'm really kind of like, it's not a bad seal. I mean, it's still the rubber is still very pliable. I mean, I was expecting this to be like ancient and hard and cracked and, but this thing isn't. This thing is nice. I'm tempted to keep this. You know, I mean, really, I am. So, and they still got the part number on it, which is kind of unusual these days. You know, trying to find a part number on stuff is like, almost, impossible. Now, there is no damage to this seal, so I mean, technically, somebody could reuse this. So, how did I do that? How did I get it out without damaging it? Because, lots of times you get them out and you will damage them. Well, it's really simple. You see the pry bar. What I do is take the pry bar, turn it over like that, and I just set it down in the housing, like so. I make sure it's up against the seal down here. Okay, just reach in, touch it with my finger. Yep, there it is. Of course, it's got a bunch of grease on the end of it. Then I take the hammer and just simply start go. Now these old gaskets here, I'm going to keep them, but I'm not going to reuse them, of course, because they're bent and everything. As you can see, some people might be like, "Oh, that thing's garbage, it's ruined," But I'm just going to keep them just for the part numbers, because, wow, I mean, it's just, I'm kind of like geeking out over those seals because you just don't find them in that good a shape. It's just, I was expecting, like I said before, I was expecting ancient, hardened, cracked, and, you just touch it and it's like turns to dust or something, you know. But it isn't. So, hey. All right. Okay. Now, I'm going to turn on the fan right there. Reason why, I'm going to be using a lot of solvents and cleaners and things like that. So, and I'm going to clean the inside of this housing up. I'm also going to, let's see. Now when you do this, make sure to put that end like this, and like that, okay? Because if you don't, it won't come out. So, just a little tidbit of information there. So, anyway, I'll just prop that up there like so. But I'm also going to take those axles, they're sitting right there, and they're going to get the retaining collar cut off of them. I may take them to work with me and press the bearings off. We got to press at work, so might just use it. Okay. All right, I'm going to clean out the inside, and I'll show you a little bit more in just a minute. Okay, y'all. Let you have a look inside there. That's looking pretty good to me. Looking pretty clean. Yeah, this is turning out very, very nicely. Very nicely. Just a couple little small bits of debris down in there, but you can see there's some of the aftermath. I went around here and with my drill, this thing here on my drill, and done cleaning around there. I did the same thing on the ends here, and so that's all cleaned up now and looking good. So I'm really excited about that. Took several rags to do all of this. Let me little safety stress a little safety here to you about all of this. When you are cleaning and you're using solvents, please, and you're in an enclosed area, please do use a fan of some sort. I don't care if it's just anything. Just keep the air moving. Too many times this kind of stuff will overpower you and give you like tremendous headaches and all kinds of other things like that, and it's just not worth it. Tearing off a paper towel here. I've been using a little brake parts cleaner there too. So as you can see, there's a little bit of dirt there, but not much. Not much, especially, you know, before it was a real mess. There was a lot of metal in there from the drilling in here and the grinding and all of that. And got that out. Used a magnet. See, there's some of it right there. So I used a magnet and got some of that off. So, yeah. Okay. So, anyway. Show you the inside of the housing real quick. There's that bung I welded in. The back side of it. As you can see. There it is right there. Looking nicely. So, okay. This is all looking really nice. Looking real good. Everything's going real good. So, next, I will be taking the axles and cutting the retainers off. And I'll just use my angle grinder for that. Yeah, these retainers right here's what I'm talking about. So I think I'm going to do it outside though. I've been using gasoline to clean with, and I've got 2 or 3 rags in here that's got gasoline on. I'm going to take all of that out to the garbage can and just let it sit in the garbage can. But yeah, I'm going to see those rags right there. They got gas on them. See, I've been cleaning with gas a little bit, but it's necessary. If I didn't, I'd be using, you know, boxes of this stuff, cases and cases of it. So it's just, you know, unfortunately, it's a necessary evil. I know gas is getting expensive, but it's still not as expensive as that stuff. So, still not as expensive as brake parts cleaner. And the paint job on my housing has taken a beating from all of these chemicals and stuff, but I knew going into it I was going to have to retouch it up. I think I painted it, cleaned it up and painted it because the weather was pretty decent, and I thought, hey, I better do it now, you know, because if I wait, I may not get a chance for a while. So anyway, yeah, I cleaned up the other end down there too. So yeah, everything's looking pretty good on this. So yeah, next I'm going to cut those retainers off of those axles to press the bearings off. And let's see, there we go. So yep, and I don't know, these bearings, oh man, that bearing sounds really, really nice. Oh, that sounds nice. That sounds pretty nice too. Maybe I'll just take them to work with me. I'll clean them up. I think that's what I'll do. They got a parts washer there at work. It does an excellent job. Now, if you're wondering about this, this is a factory style gasket. They're made of this foam kind of foam rubber kind of material, I guess you could say. So anyway, but wow, this thing turned out great. I'm just really impressed with it. Really happy. Really, really happy. All right. I think the last thing I'm going to clean on them is just the threads here on these, which they always become clogged up with dirt and crud and filth, and they're fine thread, and they also become clogged up with like gasket sealer too, like RTV. So here is this. This is the rest of that fitting that I welded in there. I cut it off before I welded it in there. Cut that off of it. Because it was, if I left this on there, it would have stuck in there so far that it wouldn't have been able to drain fluid out. I've just been like trying to force it out, or somehow, you know, be working against it. So, but these rags, like these two here, these rags, what I did was I took my pry bars, like these, okay, big long ones, and I shoved the rags through the axle tubes, okay, both ways, to get the crud and all the filth out of there. So that's really important, okay, because you know what, I got Timken bearings in this differential housing here, and I spent quite a bit of time trying to get this right. I don't want to have to go back and redo stuff because of that. I'll just show you a quick little way to clean these these studs up right here. Very, very simple. I'll tell you what, let me set up the housing and get some brushes, and I'll show you a little bit more. Okay, change of plans. I've got to get this yoke off. I've got to put the seal in there. So here we go. I got everything set up. And ooh. 240 foot-pounds. It's no joke. I'm sure somebody else has made a different way, come up with a different way of doing this, but this is the way I do it. So all right. Puller. You can do this, you can remove this yoke without a puller, but man, it would take you forever. It just seems like it would take you forever. It's kind of aggravating to do it without a puller. I'm sure somebody has. It's just that, like I said, it seems like it takes forever. It's kind of irritating when you don't have a puller. I do have a puller, so I'm going to use it. If I didn't have one, yeah, I'd be like, okay, yeah. Yeah, if I didn't have a puller, I'd be like, all right, yeah, I'll get a couple of hammers and just hammer it off or something. But I don't. I'll get a puller, so I'm going to use it. Now what I'm doing is I'm trying to take very good care and not disturb any of the shims. Duh. I'll get it out in a minute. Now, new seal, okay, has this paint-like material on there. I could just go ahead and go on and put it in, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go and put a little sealant around there. Not a great deal, but just a little bit. So let me get the sealant and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, I'm back. One little thing before you use a seal, just try and test fit it on the part it's going to go on, like so. Just put it down on there. You can see it fits without a whole lot of trouble. The yoke looks pretty good. We got a little groove there, but I don't think it's going to be that big a deal. Brand new seal. So I'm going to put a little silicone here on the edge. A little copper. Ultra copper. Doesn't look very clean or neat, but I'm going to smear it out here to where it's looking pretty good. All right. Now, you can use a seal driver. I actually have a set of seal drivers. And I think I probably will use them. But you can also do it with just a hammer as well. But, the seal driver, yeah, I can't because, okay, can't really use them because the pinion stem sticking out there. Come up with something to drive that seal in there. Probably, I think I see it. I think that'll work. Quick little wipe out here. Some of these seals can be frustrating, so See what I mean? All right. Hear how that tapping changes tone a little bit? Okay. Old wheel center cap came to the rescue. How about that? Okay. Alrighty. Now, on here, I'm just going to put a little bit of oil on this. On my yoke. Right there, see? Got the oil on it. Just smear it around there. Yoke's already been cleaned. Okay. Give the yoke a few taps there. I'm going to reset you all up somewhere else. So I know when I was tapping on that seal, the camera was jarring around. I do apologize about that. I just now thought of that. But, shoot. It's not a real good place. Okay. All right, there we go. Put my nut back on and okay. And let's set this thing up for 240 foot-pounds. There we go, 240 foot-pounds. Okay. So next is get this thing set up to handle everything. So I'm going to pause the camera for just a minute. I got to get my pipe wrench set up to hold the yoke. And I get all that set up, I'll restart, okay? Or I'll show you some more. Okay, y'all, here is the nut. I haven't torqued it down yet. I've just run it down. Our clearance between the dust cover and the seal is getting really close. That's a double-lipped seal, and that's something you need to pay attention to. Meaning that the seal has basically two lips in there. You see them? There's an outer one and there's an inner one. So make sure when you replace your seals, you get double lipped. Okay. Get a double lip seal. Okay. Maybe not get double lip from your parts people. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's set y'all up over here. Try to put the so I've got the towel on the differential because I don't want any kind of debris getting in that. So now when you're torquing 240 foot-pounds like this, you need to be really super careful about a couple of different things. One, you want to take it at small bites at a time. Okay? And you want to make sure that when you're holding the torque wrench, you're holding it, you're pushing down on it like this. Okay? With open hand. Reason being, if something slips, you don't want your fingers getting pinched by something like the table. Believe me, I've done it. And it hurts like hell. So, I'll say a lot of four-letter words, I'll tell you that. Alright, so here we go. You notice I'm pushing down too. That wasn't... There we go, 240 foot-pounds. I hope I did not make it look easy because it wasn't. Now you could probably use a shallow well socket. I just didn't happen to have one handy. Instead of this deep well, okay? I'm unloading the torque wrench because that's what you're supposed to do. At least that's what I'm going to do. All right. Seal is installed. Okay. One more thing left is to clean up these the axle housing. Clean up the threads on the studs there. So I'm going to put away a few things here and move some stuff around, and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all. All right. Got the axle housing up here on my workbench. Got things arranged here. So what I'm going to do is just use a little bit of brake parts cleaner. Then pretty simple stuff, really. Not earth-shattering. Not gonna set your world on fire, I suppose. Yeah. That's the other end of the axle housing. It's kind of knocked a couple of little things over. No big deal. But anyway, yeah, just simple. Then we'll just clean this up here. All right, it's pretty simple right there. Now, when you're doing this, pay attention to the stuff that comes off. Make sure you're seeing some rust or dirt or crud or filth come off, and you want to wipe out the end of the axle tube here. So there we go. So, as you can see, Let me back up here or zoom in. Okay. So there we are. As you can see, threads are all nice and clean now. I'm going to do the same thing on the other end. Probably just flip the sucker around. Simple stuff. Okay. Not hard to replicate at your own, on your own. Okay. All right. And, another thing to do, examine the ends of the axle tubes. You want to make sure they're in good shape. No rust, crud, filth, anything else in there. Anything that gets in there that's, cruddy or rusty or anything, you don't want that in there. You want this nice and clean. It's like building an engine or a carburetor or anything else. You want everything to be as clean as humanly possible. All right. So I'm going to go clean the other end. But in the meantime, I'm going to end this video and wish you all a very happy new year. I will be making a video probably New Year's Day or maybe even New Year's Eve. So I will be making a video and I will be basically talking about the channel, what to expect, and where things are going to go, what to look forward to. Okay? All right. So thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate all the fine comments and everything else. But if you have any questions, comments, ideas, anything, you know what to do. You're smart. Put them down below. Okay? So, and I want to thank you all so much. 500, over 500 subscribers now. So it's just really, really, really something. This smile ain't fake. It's for real. Okay. So thank you so much, and God bless, and have a great one. We'll see you in 2022. Yeah. So thank you. Bye bye.